Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokémon Chat-eau. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry for missing last week. My sore throat came back and I was unable to record without it being painful. But now I seem to be okay. I got a little bit of phlegm in my throat still, but I should be fine enough to record. We got a new thing going on for episode 10, Chat-eau Dex. First of all, I want to say thanks to a good friend of mine, Bucky, for helping come up with the name for it. This is something I wanted to try out. Basically, what I did was I'm going to pick 4 random Pokemon of the entire roster, and we're just going to talk about what we like, what we dislike about them, and I'll give y'all some facts from the Pokedex about them. And then we'll do something at the end with all of them. But for now, let's just start with the first Pokemon we got. We got Pokemon number 340, Whiscash. We all know Whiscash for being one of the few water ground types, which is really cool because it's a water type that's not weak to electric. In fact, it's immune to it. There's this picture of all of the grass ground water Pokemon just saying "screw you lightning" or "screw you thunderbolt," and they're all wearing shades. It's really cool. And this Whiscash is, I never actually used Whiscash when I've played these games. Like, he just kind of looks goofy to me. I don't hate him, I just never thought to use him. He's apparently the Whiskers Pokemon, and he stands at 2 feet 11 inches, which is kind of small. I'm guessing they're measuring from nose to tail on water Pokemon, because if they're not, it'd be a completely different story, especially for the later Pokemon we got. Let's see. One of the more interesting Pokedex entries I found was Whiscash is extremely territorial. Just one of these Pokemon will claim a large pond as its exclusive territory. If a foe approaches it, it thrashes about and triggers a massive earthquake. So it just throws a giant temper tantrum whenever another Pokemon enters its space. And it causes earthquakes for that, Jesus. It's also able to predict real earthquakes, which is pretty cool. I think a Pokemon episode is based on that. But one of the other weird Dex entries I found was, it makes its nest at the bottom of swamps. It will eat anything. If it is alive, Whiscash will eat it. Why? They didn't even have to add that last part. It could have just ended with, it will eat anything. But the Pokedex went out of its way to say, even if this thing is alive, it will eat it. So do not go into its area. Jesus, it will thrash about causing earthquakes and then eat you. Nice going, Whiscash. Let's take a look at the stats. It has a stat total of 468 and it excels in HP and attack. So it's not a very good Pokemon. In fact, the only thing it has going for it is its HP. But its typing can be kind of a nuisance to people just because its only weakness is grass. But any grass attack will kill it in one hit, so you kind of have to take that risk. Overall, Whiscash is alright. I don't really like him all that much, but he's not a bad Pokemon by any means. The second Pokemon we have is another Hoenn Pokemon, number 368, Gorebyss. She is the South Sea Pokemon and stands at 5 feet 11 inches. That's a long fish. That's longer than me. It has a stat total of 485 and it excels in defense and special attack. Gorebyss is one of those Pokemon where, like, I was always intrigued by it, and I remember one time using it because it has a weird like stipulation, especially in Gen 3, where you have to go underwater, find a clamp pearl, and then find yourself either deep sea tooth or deep sea scale. In which case it would be the scale. Trade it and then trade back to get your Gorebyss. And I did that once because I was just like, you know what, I want to use different Pokemon, and Gorebyss is one of those Pokemon where it's like, it's an interesting Pokemon to have on your team because not a lot of people use it because of that weird restriction, especially back in Gen 3 when it wasn't as easy to trade Pokemon. And I do like Gorebyss. It's one of the duos with Hauntail, and I think I like Gorebyss a little more just because I prefer special attack. Well, anyways, let's go to the Pokedex entries. This is a friggin'... Gorebyss is a weird one. It's Although Gorebyss is the very picture of elegance and beauty while swimming, it is also cruel. When it spots prey, this Pokemon inserts its thin mouth into the prey's body and drains the prey of its body fluids. Really? You're gonna do that? Like, this cute, beautiful looking Pokemon just inserts its friggin' mosquito-like mouth into another Pokemon and sucks the body fluids out? Come on, guys. Man, the Pokédex is filled with entries like this, and it's unnecessary. Another entry states that the Pokemon's body glows vividly after feeding. Oh God, can you imagine a glowing like Gorebyss? There's also other entries that state that people don't know the reasoning as to why it glows, or like it'll say it glows during the summer, but the entries before say it glows after it eats. So you can be with your child, just walking around, they see a glowing Gorebyss, like, ooh, look at that beautiful Pokemon, and people are none the wiser that it just drained a Pokemon of its life. Ugh. Speaking of the drained Pokemon sinks to the bottom of the sea to be food to other Pokemon. That's just overkill. Like, what the hell? It stabs its mouth into it, drains it, and then the poor thing sinks to the bottom, and just other Pokemon eat it. That's horrible. Oh God, just thinking of that is just so depressing to me. And it's Gorebyss. Look at Gorebyss. It's a cute, beautiful looking pink fish. You wouldn't think that it's a brutal killer that gives other Pokemon food of a rotting corpse. I don't know. I do like Gorebyss. It's just that contrast makes it so just wow. That's so unneeded. But it is funny regardless. Next up we have yet another water type, although this one's from Gen 1. Tentacruel, number 73. It's the jellyfish Pokemon and it stands at 5 feet 3 inches. Its stat total is 515 and it excels in special defense and speed. I actually did not know it excelled in speed. That's surprising to me. It doesn't really look like a speedy Pokemon. I guess it's fast when it's underwater. This, like, based on lore. I don't know. But Tentacruel is always like kind of like, well, I see people use Tentacruel a lot for like waterfall or surf if you want to get past it. But Tentacruel is a decent Pokemon. I personally have never used a Tentacruel during my playthroughs. It's basically the Golbat of the sea without an awesome evolution at the end. But I do remember the intro to the Pokemon theme where it would always smash that building, and that was cool. But other than that, Tentacruel's alright. Although, looking at the Dex entries, I had no idea it had 80 tentacles. Its 80 tentacles can stretch and contract freely. They wrap around prey and weaken it with poison. Ugh. It does. The artwork does not show that justice, because it only shows like 12 tentacles. It has 80. Good lord. Well, I guess another Dex entry states that the longer it lives, it has less tentacles. So I guess the artwork and Pokemon we see are really old Tentacruel, because they don't have nearly the amount that it says in the Pokedex. Also, the red orbs on its head can glow and send ultrasonic blasts. Whoa, that's freaking cool. The red orbs can glow in its head, and usually that is a warning sign to other Pokemon. Or it could be like a heads up, say, hey, I'm about to eat you, and then they grab you and then fill you up with poison and probably eat you, but the Dex doesn't say anything about that. It's not morbid like Gorebyss, which it should be considering how it looks. Whatever. All in all, I do like Tentacruel. He's just kind of there a lot of the times for me. But yeah, he's alright. Final Pokemon jumps all the way to Gen 5. At number 573, we have Cinccino, the Scarf Pokemon who stands in at 1 foot 8 inches. Aw, tiny little thing. It's got a stat total of 470. It excels in speed and attack. Mostly speed, but yeah. It's one of those cutesy Pokemon that doesn't really do much. It's not like I guess you could say it's kind of like Baneri and Lopunny, but Lopunny at least got a Mega Evolution. This one's just kind of there. It is a very cute Pokemon, don't get me wrong. But I never used it. Like, I don't really have much to say to this one. It's very cute. And that's about it. The some of the Dex entries, this one's the most tame out of the three, out of the four that we were looking at. The oil that seeps from its body is really smooth. For people troubled by bad skin, this oil is an effective treatment. So basically it has oil in its scarf. And apparently it's a good lotion. So yeah, you can get free lotion if you have a Cinccino. Interesting. The oil also helps repel attacks, so that's really cool. It's lotiony and it protects itself. And oddly enough, it also prevents static electricity from building up. I guess it's kind of like a real scarf. It's just a built-in scarf, which is super adorable. I don't really have much to say about Cinccino. It's a cute Pokemon. I never used it. I don't think I ever will, just because, But I'll just say that it is very cute. The cuteness is what it has going for mostly. As always, we got our polls to look at. It was just the of these four, who do you like the most? Twitter only got 4 votes, and all 4 go to Tentacruel. So Tentacruel has 100% there. But Amino is, again, as usual, a lot more varied because it has 34 votes this time. Tentacruel receiving 20.6%, Whiscash 23.5%, Gorebyss 11.8%, and Cinccino 44.1%. And I'm guessing because it's super cute. Because, I mean, look at it. It's cute. Of these 4 Pokemon, it is the cutest, next to Gorebyss. Just based on that, I saw this results coming. I knew Cinccino was going to win. I am a little bummed that Gorebyss only got 11%. That's my favorite of these 4. But whatever. Now let's see what other people had to say about it. On Discord, we have Lightning Runner, and he says, Tentacruel was an amazing Pokemon in battle, but I admire the cuteness of Cinccino and Gorebyss. See? Cinccino and Gorebyss are the cute ones, and Cinccino is the cutest. But yeah, Tentacruel was... I mean, I never used it, so I have no personal history with Tentacruel. But maybe that'll change, who knows. On Twitter, we got Commander Butterfly saying, Tentacruel was always my go-to surf Pokemon in the early games he was available in. Yeah, like I was saying, he's a good surfer. He's good for waterfall as well. If you don't have any other option, at least. And now we have Amino, which a couple of people put their thoughts in on everyone, so we got some pretty long entries. Except from Palkia. All he says is Rowlet AF. Thanks, Palkia. Next up, we got Video Game Boy coming back once again with Whiscash. I like Whiscash. I don't know what animal it's based off of, but I know it just ate a Master Ball. Gorebyss. The design is, a little bit on the worst side. Why I prefer Huntail. Tentacruel. But a classic sea monster Pokemon. It's so elegant when it destroys a building full of citizens while flooding a city. I used one in my first Diamond playthrough at level 40, higher level than my starter. And Cinccino. I forgot about this Pokemon. Yeah, as I was saying with Tentacruel, at the beginning, the theme always had that Tentacruel destroy that building. And it was a giant Tentacruel too, like it wasn't just a normal one. And I do remember now, thinking back, it flooded the city, and Tentacruel was just going around messing the place around. That was really cool. Gorebyss is on the worst. So yeah, I mean, Huntail, I do like Huntail. I think Gorebyss is just a little better in my opinion. And Whiscash. The one time they used the Master Ball in the anime, they just have Whiscash eat it. Like, really? Why'd they have to do that? Yeah. It's worse than the GS Ball. Actually, I don't know about that. And you forgot what a Cinccino was. Oh well, I mean, I'm not gonna give you anything for that. Cinccino is just cute for me. Next up, we got Flower, and they say Whiscash. I don't really like it. Didn't remember it at all. Lol. Cinccino. I like the animal it's based off of, but it's trying to be too cute in a way. Still cool. Tentacruel. It's a jelly. Annoying in Platinum, the typing, but as it's a jellyfish, I'll forgive. Gorebyss. I'm sorry, what is it again? Hope those are good enough opinions. Hey, if they're honest opinions, they're good enough opinions for here. And yep, Tentacruel is indeed a jelly. Last but not least, we got Lord Spoink, who says, Whiscash. I think the Pokemon is very neat but forgettable. I love the typing and it just looks really funny to me. So yeah, I like it. Gorebyss. While it doesn't look that special, I think it's a very cool Pokemon in particular. The shiny is amazing and it's fun with Shell Smash. But yeah, also forgettable. Tentacruel. Honestly, I'm meh on it. The design is cool but never interests me. And it kind of bothers me that the pre-evolution is the Zubat of the sea. Still cool in the anime though. Cinccino. Yeah, not bad actually. I like it because it's competitive, but it's quite boring too. For me, it's really okay. Yes, sir. The Whiscash. Does he forget? Yeah, I guess of the grass ground types, he's the most forgettable. Obviously, Swampert's probably the most iconic of them, next to Quagsire, even though Quagsire was first. And I do agree, Gorebyss' shiny is beautiful. It's a gold. It's a gold shiny, which I actually have one of those. Got it in Wonder Trade, so it might be faked, but I still have it. At least it's a cool Pokemon. And yeah, like I said, while Tentacruel is the Golbat of the sea, Tentacruel is definitely the Zubat, because they're all over the place. And that's pretty much it. But before we go, there's one thing we have to do, and it's pretty obvious if you ask me. We got 4 random Pokemon we just talked about. Let's fuse them together. And here is the results. Here's my result of the fusion of these 4 Pokemon. Bam! He's beautiful. Oh, the eyes. It just looks so creepy. What do you guys think of this beauty? We also need a name, so if you guys have any name suggestions for this beautiful thing, let me know. As for the typing, it's definitely half water, since it's made up of 3 water types, but I want to say normal, just because Cinccino needs to be in there somehow. So we got this beautiful Whiscash, Cinccino, Tentacruel, Gorebyss fusion Pokemon. That's a normal water type. Yay! Like I said, if you guys have any names for it, let me know, and we'll keep a hold of it. And that was the first Chat-eau Dex. So if you guys like it, we could do some more. We have over 800 Pokemon to look at, so there's plenty to look at for this. And maybe we could do every 10 episodes. Maybe it could be a little more often than that. Who knows? But until then, the next topic is actually going to be Super Smash Brothers. It may seem kind of out of nowhere, but there's a reasoning for it. I'll just go ahead and explain it right now. My early video that I made 3 years ago has nothing to do with Chat-eau. It was basically just the victory themes of the Super Smash Brothers characters. And that recently just hit 1 million views, which I did not expect. I don't really have any real feelings towards that. I mean, it's cool. It's just kind of out of nowhere. And I'll just to quote unquote celebrate that, we're gonna talk about Super Smash Brothers, the Pokemon side of it. So when it comes to Pokemon and Super Smash Brothers, who do you think should who should be a newcomer? Who do you think would be most likely to leave out of the six characters we got from them, or 5? I can't count right now. Of the Pokemon characters, who do you think will leave? Who do you think will come back? Who do you think will stay as a Pokeball character during battle? Who do you want in a Pokeball for the next game? Anything Pokemon related for Super Smash Brothers. So until then, thank you guys for watching. My name is Joel Telon. Screw you, Cam. And we'll see you next time. You have yourself a good day now.